Christopher Titus,
and this is the Armageddon update.
Crypto, the future of finance, the next level of money, decentralized, unregulated, it's Bitcoin-alicious. And one of the biggest grifts in American history, in my opinion. Now, based on the volatility and fluctuations in Bitcoin, not only would I never put a dime in, I wouldn't let my worst enemy put a dime in crypto. But I'm old-fashioned because I like reality. I hear people say, bro, you don't know what the hell crypto is, bro. Don't be talking, bro, if you don't know, bro.
Look, I screwed up.
But here's what crypto really is. This is the definition. Cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency, see imaginary, that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend because it's not real. Many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technology.
It was obviously flawed.
A distributed ledger enforced by a disparate network of computers. Now, if you understood any of all that, it means you're not stupid enough to buy into crypto. A defining feature of cryptocurrencies is they are generally not issued by any central authority. That means they're made up, invented, a scam, which renders them theoretically immune to government interferences. You know, like a fucking crime. Also immune to regulation and ripe for fraud and the scamming of stupid people who are easily led into getting their financial asses handed to them. Crypto. Digital snake oil for a new generation. This is Sam Bankman-Fried, indicted on 8 criminal charges, including wire fraud and conspiracy by misusing customer funds. The FTX founder was arrested on Monday in the Bahamas. In about a week, the company he ran went from $32 billion to worthless. My ex-wife wasn't that bad with money. The company's new CEO, John J. Ray, testified before the House Financial Services Committee, saying that basically the company kept no records, and the ones they did keep were in QuickBooks, which is the bar napkin of the billion-dollar financial world. John J. Ray said, "This is really old-fashioned embezzlement. This is just taking money from customers and using it for your own purpose." Again, like my ex-wife. Ray said that FTX's collapse appears to stem from the absolute concentration of control in the hands of a very small group of grossly inexperienced and unsophisticated individuals who failed to implement any of the systems or controls that are necessary for a company that is entrusted with other people's billions of dollars. You know, a scam. And since crypto is pretty much impossible to explain, nobody knew what was happening. It's like when you try to explain why people still vote for Ted Cruz. It's impossible to explain or understand. In the $32 billion collapse, 50 investors alone lost $3.1 billion, while this little twat sits in the Bahamas. Here's one of his excuses from this dork con man. One theory is that the seeds of FTX's downfall were shown early this year when SANITY, a company he ran, reportedly took huge losses after the crypto company Terra's Luna stablecoin collapsed. Collapsed? It was called stablecoin. Again, I didn't realize the extent of the problem because of messy accounting. It was billions of dollars of messy accounting. On fucking QuickBooks! Here's how bad it was. People lost billions, and this guy screwed so many people so badly, he made me feel better about my divorce. Now, please go to ChristopherTitus.com and buy Titus coin. I promise. It's totally legit. We need to get a copy of QuickBooks. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. How did this geek... I just can't even... Why would you give... It's nothing. How do you just give... Here's money for nothing. And the chicks for free. Everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Wow, we are so close to Christmas, and the stress is killing all of us. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander. We had the biggest, I think one of the biggest scams since Enron went down this week. I talked about it on the Armageddon update.
Mm-hmm.
After January 6th, then Enron.
Well, it was like financial, though. Like this FTX scandal.
Enron was a little before my time.
In September, so they were worth $31 billion. Now they're bankrupt. They said,
"Help me with Enron." Do you remember?
It was a financing scam. I don't know. All I remember was everybody got arrested and put in federal prison where they had tennis courts. That's all I remember. Yeah. It was like, it's like, how come, like, Ghislaine Maxwell, someone was talking about that this week. So Ghislaine Maxwell is in federal prison where they have yoga and they have all kinds of other shit. And they've actually sealed the list of clients that Jeffrey Epstein had. You can't get them.
That's the problem. We should not have a white collar crime prison. It should just be if you're a criminal,
you go to prison with Shug.
Prison is
you and Shug get the share.
The way life has been going for me, it would almost be preferable, right? You're alone. You're isolated from people. You only have to be in the yard with them for an hour a day.
You just work out all day.
Lay down,
and
work
you would just
out.
Get jacked.
Good food.
Read a book.
Good
there's
food.
yoga. There's what else is
at federal prison? You mean?
Right. That's what I mean. That would be preferable to lifing right now.
A bathroom assault just once a week. Once a week.
So you want more of a halfway house.
I like to think I would be the assaulter in that situation, not the assaultee. I don't think anybody would want to.
But someone pointed out that we all got quiet about that list of Epstein's clients. Just never.
You talked about this on the podcast. I thought you said, and I never fact checked you because I trust you, that there was something to do with the warrant that it was fruit of the poisonous tree.
So that was different. That was the Epstein case. The Epstein case, there's something wrong with the warrant. They didn't list all the hard drives and computers.
Isn't that where they got the client list?
So they left them there. 2 days later, they went back to get everything and they were gone. 2 days later. It's the most extensive list of fucking pedophiles in our country. And they just, there's a technicality that we can't fix a technicality while it's in evidence after we've looked at it.
Let's just state the obvious. It's who's on the list.
Yeah, well, who decides whether or not the list comes out?
Right.
Judges, politicians.
If you're the judge that decided to do the list and you're on the list, we can't let this list out. Why? Because I'm on this list.
Redact me, redact.
So,
but isn't that where they got the client list, or they found that separately in her case?
Yes. Okay. So all the evidence in her case,
so his and hers,
which is why she got
Okay.
convicted, which is they had enough evidence to convict her of human trafficking.
That's amazing.
And that's cryptocurrency.
Thanks for bringing us back. So what happens is there's a level of money and power you get that and this has been the lament through history. But how the fuck can we continue to call ourselves a country of, which is rule of law country, when all these cats just keep whatever they do, we have 36 members that texted with Trump and Mark Meadows on the day of the insurrection. You were saying this. They got reelected. They helped foment a fucking insurrection and they got reelected. So I don't blame them. You know what I blame? I blame the stupidity of the American people. At this point you go, wow, you guys can you read? Because you don't. People don't understand what's about to happen. If you don't take these people down for what they did, we are totally fucked. What's going to happen again is the same people that did it before, that are still in Congress, that haven't been charged, are going to do it again, and this time they're going to be ready. They're going to go. They're going to go to the meeting. All right, where did we screw up last time? Not enough guns. Okay, they'll build a better.
They're doing a hearing today at the Capitol about the Colorado nightclub shooting, gay club shooting. I have to specify gay because of the circumstances being that a lot of the survivors and victims' families came and said, they specifically blamed Republican lawmakers for refusing to legislate guns, and then Republican lawmakers got up and said that it was a sham, that the Democrats were using it to make them look bad. Nothing about people dying or anything like that.
Nothing about them voting against any gun.
No. And that it was that the Democrats...
You guys are making us look bad for the shit we did that was bad.
And that the Democrats are soft on crime, and that's why it happened. And the thing is you have these people who... their friends died next to them, or their child died.
One guy was testifying, got shot. He got shot in the arm. He was testifying.
Yeah, it's survivors of it. And there's no consideration or care or humanity. One of the guys got up and said, the problem is you guys saying that we're groomers, that we're grooming children, that we're assaulting children, and you have there's no statistics to back that up.
It's not true. It's not even, let's just be clear.
I know.
It's flat out not true.
And they're putting a target on our backs, he said, and we're being slaughtered across the country and the world.
Yeah, they said the uptick in LGBTQ violence is crazy.
And in Iran, the wasn't it falling from great heights? That was the punishment for gay people. So I mean, like, but there's no humanity. Nobody just goes, "Oh man, this is bad, and we're really sorry for you, and we got to do something about this."
No, the Republicans go, "This is a sham,"
Yeah.
and no one's getting held accountable for shit. It's crazy to watch.
How is it a sham when we have the most laxed gun laws, the most guns, ergo the most gun deaths?
I like
how's that
you
a sham?
said, ergo, you wanted to come back a little stronger
I would
this
say
time.
with the ergo,
Oh,
that was the
stronger?
ergo is pretty good.
Ergo
You
seems.
did
By the way, which is my
pendulum.
favorite. Ergo is my favorite Star Wars character. By the way,
Ergo seems like I wrote it with a feather pen. That doesn't seem tough at all.
ergo, I say forthwith.
Heretofore.
I will decree.
And here's the thing. It seems to me, I wish the Republicans cared as much about the homeless problem as they did about gay sex. They seem to really, really think about gay sex a lot. The Republicans love
They really do.
to think about gay sex. They
project a
They are
lot.
so into gay sex, the Republicans, that they talk about gay sex all the time. And Republicans love gay sex so much that they can't stop talking about it to even come up with one policy in the last 6 years. You know why? Because they're always thinking of gay sex.
And grooming. They're
And
always
grooming.
thinking about
They're
grooming.
always thinking about grooming. And yet,
And then they're grooming.
and every time we see like how many Republicans in the last 6 years have been busted for child pornography,
Oh, yeah.
dating
Footsie in the
15-year-olds, footsie, tapping a guy's foot, like, and it's over and over and over. And my thing,
and who's calling of everyone having voter fraud? Of the
Totally.
small examples
Yeah.
of voter fraud,
Yeah.
it's the fucking Republicans.
Yeah.
there was less than 414 examples countrywide of any kind of voter fraud, and more than half of those, like 73%, were actually Republicans who had voted in the place of dead parents, or something like that.
So what party is the sham?
Yeah, but you said projection. This is a sham. That's what the sham party says.
Right.
And whenever I ask somebody, the funny thing is that when I ever ask a hardcore Republican, I say, all right, I don't want to argue with you. Let's just talk about it. Let's just go through the statistics. Let's go wins and losses. What policy have the Republicans put forward at all that has helped America? And then the clock starts, and it just keeps spinning.
We just sit in
spinning.
silence.
It's like that movie where the like
fades
in the
in and out.
50s, and there's nothing. And they haven't. There's not. And then they go, yeah, but the Democrats fucking it up too. And I go, no, they're not. They voted for minimum wage. Republicans voted against it. They voted for healthcare. Republicans voted against it. It's your money. What do you want your money? What do you want your money spent on? You want to give it to rich people because that's what the Republicans do.
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
I have a friend who lost her
God.
healthcare, who is really in a bad way and needs surgery now. The doctor says you need to get in for surgery tomorrow, but they won't even schedule her because she doesn't have healthcare. So you have this thing that you need to have surgery on tomorrow, but no one will take you in, because only way she could do it maybe is if she went to the emergency room, but then the emergency room might decide that she'll survive. She can't walk or get out of bed, but
Jesus Christ.
that's our healthcare system.
And here's the thing. So then you got on top of
vicious.
that, we've got this thing called Bitcoin, and we've got this thing
Oh,
called
right.
no. But I'm just saying that, and those guys, people are saying Bitcoin. That's the way to get. Well, so I looked it up. I was trying to figure it out. I'm writing the Armageddon. I'm like, what? And here's a quote from one of the descriptions of Bitcoin. This is actually from a website that was trying to positively describe what it is. This is you're gonna trip.
Okay.
This is actually how they described it. If you own cryptocurrency, this isn't the thing, you don't own anything tangible, period. What you own is a key.
Yeah.
Wait, that allows you to move a record or a unit of measure from one person to another without a trusted third party. So there's no trusted third party and you don't own anything. That was the positive description of crypto to me. And then I looked up blockchain and I'm like, and it was the vaguest shit I've ever heard. And the problem with it all is that it's just another scam. It's marshland in Florida. It's imaginary. It's buying gold coins minted, but it's just
which by the way, we already have a digital currency that isn't based on anything anymore.
Not anymore.
But this one's
Thank
a digital
you, Richard
currency
Nixon.
based on a digital like what?
So I think I've told this before. I had a very good friend of mine who's very wealthy. Said he's very smart and his wife handles all his finances. And he says, "I'm going to get into it." A friend of mine talked me into it. I talked to him last night about it. And he goes, "No, I decided not to."
Oh, good.
But this is at the time we were talking, and I go, "Okay, listen, man, just explain it to me." He goes, "All right, you get a digital coin. It's on a hard drive, and you store that in your safe." And I said, what's on the hard drive? He goes, "A digital coin." I go, "But what's the digital coin consist of?" And he goes, "Blockchain, which is evidence that you have money." I go, "Where did you get the money?" "Well, I gave him real money and they gave me this." Hold on.
Could I sell this to someone when the apocalypse comes and say, "Here, this is worth $73,000"?
No, you can't. You have to, and you have to be able to get through all the encryption. By the way, 2-level encryption. There's been 2 different cases where one they took $750 million in a crypto scam, and another one they took $192 million, and by people hacking in. So it seems to me, and by the way, all these dudes I worked with at my gym for a while when I went to that gym, which by the way got shut down because the guy,
Gym.
Yeah, the bro. It was the super broiest bro gym you've ever broed. It was bro. It was bro. It was super bro.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, it was bro. Question mark.
I got a membership to bro.
Question mark. Bro. Exclamation point. Bro. That's the name of the gym. It was bro. And so these guys were all talking about crypto. "Man, dude, I got it for 16 grand. It went up to 32. And I was like, okay, I guess it got up to close to 80. And then this FTX guy, this dude went, they shit the bed. He basically had 2 companies. He was taking all the money from FTX, putting into a thing called Alameda or Resources or Alameda Investments, whatever it was. So all
Some
the
other
money,
made up name.
So all the money from FTX, which is where people were going, here's we own Bitcoin now. And he's like, "Yep, you're invested in Bitcoin." Then he would take that money, put it in this other company. 36
buy a boat.
36 billion. No, not just a boat. He bought an island. $36 billion. Of that 36 million, 51 investors owned $3.1 billion of it. You know how much a billion is? I was just watching something. So a million seconds is 11 days. A billion seconds is like 13 years. That's the difference between million and billion.
Before this crashed,
Yep.
could those investors, could they have cashed out and made money before this crash?
But again, it's so volatile. The reason it crashed is because they pulled out. So it's so volatile.
But there's only 51, so.
Because the problem, the thing with American currency is it's backed by the government. It's backed by the United States. It's backed by the people of the United States. It's backed by something. It's signed. Fucking there's some shit. It's still imaginary. Like, I get it. It's still
There's
imaginary.
enough of us that have
People don't
agreed.
even-
We have
That's
an
why.
agreement.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's what crypto is. Crypto's an agreement. But the agreement's based on a bunch of bros, bro. Crypto, bro. And so when it went down, like you could, like, if the market started to fall with American currency, they would stop it. But there's no regulatory process for crypto. So people lost billions of dollars.
So wasn't Elon Musk tweeting to get
Dogecoin, or Dogecoin.
Dogelon.
Dogecoin.
Speaking of Dodge,
It's
our
got
money,
Elon in it.
our money is called the fiat money, right? Speaking of Dogecoin, is that?
Yes,
Dodge,
fiat
Dart,
Dodge.
coin.
Wow,
It's the
that's a weird. You connected some weird shit. Now it's called Stellantis, but yes, fiat owned Dodge. That's
Pinto money.
Wow.
is
I'm
our-
so confused.
What is that? Yeah, no, it's all right. It's a car thing.
Well, I do know that I thought that he was encouraging people to buy into it on
Yes,
Twitter at
he
some
was.
point and was accepting it for Teslas.
Yes, then he stopped.
For
Yes.
blue check marks. You could
When
buy
did
it.
he
Oh.
stop? That's my
A
curiosity.
little while
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
They said it will no longer be accepted. I think Elon Musk is smart enough to realize that it's just a fucking scam on top of a scam on top of a scam.
Elon Musk is no longer the richest man in the world. I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw
Did
that
you
out there, and it's making him crazy.
Did you see what happened? Is that they because of what's happened with Twitter? What he's done with Twitter? Oh, he just got something. Did you send it to my phone?
Yes.
Um,
Speaking of not being able to pay something.
This is crazy. This is how good of a businessman this guy is.
Elon?
Wow. Oh yeah, he's awesome. You ready? You sent it to my phone?
Yep.
Is this
I didn't
the
get it.
money, cash money,
Maybe
if you
look it
pick up
Look
your
By
car
the
in
way,
December?
Twitter can't pay its rent. Look it up.
Okay.
Twitter can't
So
pay its
I
rent.
just left the nail salon where I get all financial advice and where they are making
She bought a Tesla on it, yeah.
tons of money. Well, she's now renting out her Tesla, basically like an Airbnb situation on Turu,
Yeah.
making $4,000 a month on it. But she was saying that I totally forgot what I was going to say. Shitballs. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep at all last night. Ba-bum. What were we talking about?
You were talking. I was talking about Elon Musk and the Twitter can't play its rent.
And then renting Teslas.
And you're saying you're people.
So a couple of the other women at the nail salon bought Teslas as well, and it was supposed to not be ready till next year. Well, he's trying to crank up his end of year fiscal report
every year.
So they are offering people almost $4,000 if they'll pick up the car in December. And these cars are rapidly ready because so many people have canceled their orders. So he's got all these cars and no money coming in. Plus he's pissed everybody off. So Jenny, my lady, she picked her car up in November. She said because they wouldn't stop harassing her. She kept saying it was supposed to be December. And yes, and they told her, we're going to cancel your order if you don't pick it up. She picks it up in November, and then like November 30th, they announce $4,000 if you'll pick up your car early in December.
Isn't there a contract though when you take the car?
Can I say something?
But she doesn't know that, so she went and got it. She said they wouldn't stop harassing me.
Can I give full disclosure on this whole?
Okay.
Because and by the way, Twitter.
And then I'll go to the
Twitter has turned into a shit show. I went just I don't go on it. I don't write anything anymore. I'm on Instagram, which I'm having. By the way, have I changed since I've been on Instagram?
Yes.
I'm like, life is good. I'm inspired. The 10 secrets of successful people. What book should I read? I'm doing that.
I'm getting into fitness. I'm feeling good.
Here
Working
are
on
the most
discipline.
recent. I'm now getting DM'd from him on Instagram, which I DM'd him for years.
Fucking Kobe
and
all
he
the
never
time.
answered because he never checked them. He didn't know how
People
to.
get on Instagram.
Let's
it's so
see
fun.
what he sent me today. A video on, quote, the safest, most conservative way to build wealth.
I'm off that. Fuck you, asshole. I stopped doing that.
He sent me a meme from a therapist about overthinking and how it'll destroy your happiness. Take a deep breath, exhale, and have faith. What's meant to be will be.
I love it.
That's what he sent me.
Instagram is building a better Titus.
Right before that, I got this little Yorkie howling.
Because our little guy does it.
This is my life with him now. It's amazing. I love the Instagram him.
You need to do those motivational videos of in your vibe.
Armageddon in what?
In his vibe.
Make his own.
Just go black and white and just be like, hey, today is your day. You know it. Those people. At one point, I go, I should do some mocking ones because they're.
Oh no, your motivation often has fuck those people in it. I mean, your motivation is a little edgier.
Did you have a shitty ass?
He's thinking.
The people that are calling you a loser, the people that have tore you down, the reason they're doing that is because they're afraid of how powerful you are. And the more you listen to them, you make them right. Don't
and you
make
would call them
right.
pussies.
And a black and white picture of profile of you.
Yeah.
Let's say it like you would.
There's some weird gurus on there that I'm just like, come on.
So things are getting desperate for Elon. Musk's Twitter reportedly has not paid rent on its office spaces for weeks in an effort to cut costs following his $44 billion acquisition
What a great
of
way to
Twitter.
cut costs.
They
Just
have
don't pay your rent.
stopped
Just don't pay the rent.
paying rent.
If we did not pay our mortgage, holy shit, would
Listen,
we have
guys,
some
we
extra
would not
money?
have
I have some
house.
strategies that'll work.
Yeah.
We just don't pay rent.
Hi, I'm Elon Musk. Don't pay shit and you have tons of money. Follow me on Twitter.
It stopped paying for headquarters in San Francisco as well as its global offices. The report claims that Musk he says he's trying to renegotiate the conditions of the company's office lease, but the missed payments have upset the real estate companies he's trying to broker with better terms with. So the billionaire SpaceX owner is reportedly also refusing to pay a $200,000 bill for private flights that he took the week he completed the acquisition of the platform. So there's trouble.
It sounds like it's going well, doesn't it? Sounds like literally buttery smooth. That's what it sounds like.
Bernard Arnault became the richest man in the world, richest person in the world. He's CEO and chair of Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy, Christian Dior. I mean, he's got billions.
Who is it? You never know the second most anything.
Elon is now.
Oh, so Elon is now, but who's the number
Bernard Arnault.
Who, by the way, is not on Twitter. He's
busy.
He's too busy running Hennessy and
Paying
Louis
his
Vuitton
rent.
and paying
Moet,
writing rent checks. Yeah.
Christian Dior.
So here's the weirdest thing about all of this. So I just went and I'm not on Twitter anymore. I don't go and I don't write anything anymore. And by the way, I went and looked today. So people have now dug up stuff from my old Twitter now that I'm not responding, and they're talking so much shit about me.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's crazy.
Because you're not there now.
Kurt Schittler, who I took down fucking every time. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm having, and he started going after me again. Then it's a bunch of people, Phoenix Ammunition, these guys who put
They're back?
Let's Go Brand, they're back on.
Because you're gone.
Because you're not there.
Yeah.
They're yelling at an empty wall.
Yeah, they're yelling at, yeah. So
What are they? What?
Well, those guys are the guys who put the that engraved "Let's Go" Brandon.
Yeah,
and I
and they
changed
gave
my
out
phone
your
number. They
number.
gave up my phone number. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I actually had a congressman, the
Yeah.
FBI actually called them for that. But anyway, all of it aside, it's funny to watch how evil thinks evil is power. Oh, and the funniest thing to me on Twitter is like, dude, you're so fucking irrelevant. And I go click there, I say 42 followers.
Right.
But
I'm
again,
super
you're
irrelevant.
on my page.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking
You
to
found
me.
me. You actually went out of your way to not deal with your life. You looked me up. Why don't you go help Elon pay rent? Why don't you donate some money to you? So Musk. I want to be totally transparent. I was a monster. You can ask her. I was such a monster fan of Elon Musk. I thought he was.
We talked about it on
I
here.
thought he was Tesla. I mean, like the Tesla, the guy there.
Mm-hmm.
He was the next level. Henry Ford. I thought he was going to change.
And by the way, he could have been. He still could have been.
He could have been. Yeah.
He could have taken that money and invested in fusion.
He could have. Imagine taking 44 billion and going, I'm going to start like what's the guy, the other billionaire who owns a basketball team, Mark Cuban, he started a
Affordable pharmaceutical.
like he actually tried to help people.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy buys Twitter.
Well,
and
but
then
Elon Musk did, right? So he had a goal with emissions. He offered a huge, in crypto, reward for the first person that could remove all carbon from came up with a way to remove carbon from the app. I mean, so there was something there, but then man, did it change.
It changed hard. He went hardcore right wing. He got, and then we got to talk about this too. He got booed. So Chappelle, I don't get what's going on with comics either. So Chappelle, who I am a huge fan of, brought him on stage in San Francisco at a concert, and Musk got booed for 4 minutes. I watched it. It's 4 minutes of people going boo.
I really don't get that scenario. Like as a
comics.
Where's the counterculture?
Where's the rebel comedy? Where's the rebellion that comics are supposed to be?
Here's one.
Yeah. But Carlin.
Yeah.
Robin Williams fucking bitch slapped everything. Like Lenny Bruce, Mort Saul.
Bill Hicks.
Ripped
him in half.
So Chappelle introduces him at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the richest man in the world. Some people cheered, but the boos overtook that. And then Musk says to Chappelle, you weren't expecting this, were you? And Chappelle said, sounds like some of those people you fired are in the audience. But then later Chappelle says, yeah, but all those people that are booing, I'm just pointing out the obvious. They have terrible seats in the stadium. Those are your fans, bro.
Yeah, those are
that can't afford.
They came to see you, right?
These insane, highly priced
tickets are like $200
or more. They're more for that in the Chase Center with fees and everything.
Why San Francisco?
What's it going to take to reset the stupid, man? It's like at what point in your life do you just go, these people that paid the fucking, probably like suffered for Christmas, for not buying stuff to come see you live, and the poor fuckers are the ones that are booing. You mean the poor fuckers that came to see you?
And the guy.
And by the way, again, total transparency. I love Chappelle, but
too.
You got to check yourself, man. That's crazy.
That's a brutal thing to say to people that paid what they could to see you.
Yeah, and they're buying $65 t-shirts
right into their phone as they're recording it. You're like, he just pointed to me.
That's fucked
it's in
up.
my phone.
Yeah.
So Musk, I guess it rattled Musk. Musk got booed for a long time.
Although he is sometimes funny when, he used to be a little more. So somebody tweeted, James Yu tweeted that it was 80% of the stadium booed out of 18,000 people.
Wow.
And he says, I actually felt bad for him. I'm not a fanboy. I wanted to shake him, though. For the love of God, say something. because he just kept putting his hands in his pockets. He was so freaked out by it.
He was just walking around.
And Elon responded Monday. Technically, it was 90% cheers and 10% booze.
No, I know we watched it.
Except during quiet periods. But that's still a lot of booze, which is a first for me in real life. It's almost as if I've offended San Francisco's unhinged leftists.
Do you see how...
He's very Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But question. Dude, we watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it. What are you talking about?
Largest inauguration crowd in history.
Like I have eyes.
January 6th,
right.
tourism event.
And we can count shit.
No, it's a tourist day, a regular tourist day, January 6th. Like library buddies holding hands and marveling at the Capitol.
So then explain this then. Then explain to me why. So they just did a big study I read today about Tesla. They said the one thing that he did by pissing off the people he pissed off with this, by going right wing, is that who buys electric cars?
Yeah.
The liberals and Democrats,
right.
just to save it. So
right wing is actually working against that.
On top of that, on Truth Social, they talk shit about him today.
Yeah.
So you've actually now killed your customer base, and the other people aren't buying electric cars. They're just not doing it.
Yeah.
So
his stock is down to 157.
It was 400. It's down to 150. So,
it actually was over 2,000.
Yeah, well, that's when
until
it split. That was before it split. Yeah. So can I say this? We all have to check ourselves. You know, when you start acting like an asshole, and I'm talking from experience of me acting like an asshole. I had a TV show, and I said the wrong thing to the network president. And over the next year, no matter how good the show did, they did everything they could to kill it. You are now. It's funny how people succeed. Everybody finally succeeds to failure. People keep moving up, and then one day you're like, I'm the shit, and people go, no, you're not, and you go, why? Hey, come not working.
So when is
10% booze? I've been on stage, Mr. Musk. I gotta tell you something, dude. I've been on stage for almost 40 years, and I don't know. You supposedly, I know you don't have an engineering degree, but you should know math. That wasn't 10% booze, 90% cheers. We all heard it. It was 90-10. Boo. 10%.
Selective
10%. Yay. But what point is your ego so lost? Like, okay, so remember people always say about money. Money doesn't buy happiness. How he is such the perfect example of it. If I was the richest man on the planet Earth, wouldn't you be like, yeah, why am I fucking on Twitter? How come I'm not fucking supermodels?
Yeah. Going up on stage at a comedy show.
Well, it's because we've all seen his teats now. Even in 2016, though, he personally canceled a blogger's Tesla order, not allowing him to buy a Tesla anymore because the guy wrote a rude blog about the launch event that was so badly run. So he's always been a child.
He took off the guy. He said, "I will never." He goes, he said, "Twitter will always be free speech. I'm not even going to kill the guy's account that's tracking my plane." Killed that guy's account today. The woman, the person that posted the video of him getting booed, killed their account that day. So you basically got a guy who says free speech, free speech, free speech.
Until they make fun of him.
Until they make fun of him.
Kanye,
and then it's gone.
He was going
what a pussy,
to
by the way. By the way, what a flat out pussy.
But then Kanye said, well, let this be my last tweet if I get canceled. And he retweeted that photo of his teats on the yacht and canceled it instantly. It's like Kathy Griffin says something, cancel. It's like, it's not cutting anyone out for really being racist or endorsing Nazis.
The people that are back on Twitter now, it's crazy.
Yeah. But again, for the party that is so interested in like being masculine, what's a man or a real man?
That is exhausting.
And here's Elon and other people just
Elon, Trump, and Kanye.
Such petty
but of those three guys, who's the man?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I saw Kanye walk into a pole on camera once, and he started whining, "Guys, get away from me! Just go filming me." Musk, not a tough guy. Trump, not a tough guy at all. I mean, if you guys keep talking about alpha males, there's guys on Twitter and they're like, it's in their thing. I'm an alpha male. Well, no, you're not, because you're an alpha male.
Right.
You're actually not.
You had to tell me that.
Yeah,
instead of just being a stoic.
You're not an alpha male.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, and now all the advertisers have pulled out. Plus, the stock is dropping daily. I mean, it was 180 something like a week ago. Now it's 153.
It was 178 yesterday.
Holy shit!
There was a financial a projection for $80 a share. Everyone, Goldman Sachs just lowered their target price. Everyone is lowering. It's because also what you said, that there's so many EVs coming out.
Oh, I said this 6 months ago.
That it's
because Elon was so cocky. He got that big billion. It was like a $58 billion bonus. So cocky, and I told Ray, I said, these other companies have been building
they're
cars
quietly working
for 100 years.
Yeah.
They have the factories already built worldwide.
Yep.
All they got to do is figure it out. And trust me, they've got more engineers in Tesla. They're going to figure it out faster and better. On top of that, they've already got people producing stuff. Let's say they go to Lucid. Lucid is having trouble right now. They go, hey man, you guys make the best electric motor. We want to buy 50,000 of them. Yeah. And Lucid goes, hold on, we don't make cars anymore. What do? We make electric motors. Yeah. And all of a sudden, like I'm waiting, like I'll keep my Tesla now until the Dodge EV comes out. When that Dodge Charger EV comes out, gone.
The Ford truck is out, right?
Yeah, the Ford truck is out. And I look at the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is ugly as shit now.
Dodge is coming out, the Ram, right?
The new Dodge Ram EV's coming out.
So that'll get people like my dad, people that want a truck, but they're intrigued by the electric aspect of it. But let's go back. Okay, so let's go back to this crypto thing. So they've arrested the guy in the Bahamas.
And he's trying to fight extradition.
Which we have an agreement with the Bahamas, but okay.
He can't fight it, but yeah.
He was supposed to be at the House Financial Services Committee hearing on Tuesday to discuss cryptocurrency, but he didn't make it because he was arrested on Monday. They had it without him. He was actually arrested based on an indictment in the U.S. that was unsealed right after the hearing started. So the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has charged him with 8 criminal counts: conspiracy to commit wire fraud, securities fraud, individual charges of securities fraud and wire fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy to avoid campaign finance regulations.
Is there a quote from what he said? We saw something, he was interviewed and he said...
Kept no records whatsoever.
In fact, they had the guy that he just had made CEO before they went bankrupt. That guy testified and went...
John J. Ray.
I looked at the records and there's not a piece of paper that's accurate.
He
said, goes, I can't take any... Yeah.
In the hearing, he said that the guy occasionally used QuickBooks to track its multi-billion-dollar portfolio. But QuickBooks, let me just pop this right into this.
TurboTax.
There's multi-billions. Yeah, I'm gonna file for myself.
My iPhone has a calculator. Hold on, it goes up to billions.
Google Sheets.
If you type 8008, it spells boo.
It spells boo. Hey, look.
He filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last month after reportedly transferring billions of dollars in customer funds to his own hedge fund.
That was Alameda. So he did that. So he basically took all the money from FTX because, like Madoff, here's what happened with Madoff. Madoff got investigated because they kept wondering why Madoff was kicking the market's ass. Bernie Madoff's company was kicking the market. I read about this. And they were like, how is he returning 11% no matter what the market does?
Yeah.
No matter what the market does, he was turning...
like, how is that even possible?
They did. So someone went in and looked at it. They had like, what? Because they want, and they didn't look at him because they thought he was a criminal. They looked at it because they thought, let's do what he does. Yeah. They went in and the guy came back and went, there is no fucking reason at all he should be paying anybody anything. It's not doing that well. And at that point, when that got out, those people started pulling their money. And when those people pulled their money, Bernie Madoff shut it down. And that's what this guy did. They went in, they were like, how this, they were talking about crypto was going down, started going down. And people started yanking it. And when people started yanking it, he didn't have money to cover it. He'd been spending it.
That's what happened to Madoff. Same.
He'd been spending it.
And this guy's
products.
Young. Like,
how
hair
old?
Products,
not and not haircuts.
How old is this guy? Bankman-Fried, how old is he?
30, 20.
He's not very old. And I just thought, so Bernie Madoff got like, what was it? Like 11 life sentences plus 100 years or something insane. They said this guy's going to get 150
years.
He's never going to get it. I mean, like, how is that even worth it? I think like sometimes those people think, well, I'm not murdering anyone. This isn't a violent crime.
Well, yeah, people are dying because they have no money. Yeah, you've actually ruined people's lives.
Right.
Yeah, their entire lives is over now.
But I just think that there has to be some kind of justification, and I bet you he'll go to a federal prison where he won't be able to shave with a decent razor. This episode brought to you by...
Oh, speaking of that, can I...
Harry's Razors. I have a few things to say about Harry's.
So can I say this? So today I get up and I was looking looking for. Been using soap on my thing, and today I used the Harry's shave cream, which I have a bottle of it. It's been sitting there. I haven't used it. Holy shite!
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's actually. I mean, the razors are always smooth. It's way smoother. And so, and I put a new blade on. I realized, we were talking last week, I realized today I hadn't changed the blade in my razor in my bag for probably 7 months.
Yeah, see?
And today, today it started pulling a little bit, and I'm like, oh, it's pulling a little bit after 7 months. So I put a new blade in.
Of constant use.
What's insane is when you think it's working so well and then you change it and it's like, holy, it's like
the new one's like, it's not even touching your face. It's just like,
there's never a time that you shave that you don't go, feel my face. No, feel it. I go, I know. No,
I wanted right now. Like,
what's weird is that it's softer than any shave I've ever felt. It's insane. So Harry's, did I tell this about
her
my
legs
dad?
Are amazing.
I wasn't here,
confirm.
right? About my dad getting the whole box of Harry's products. Did I tell that?
No, you didn't say it. No. So
if I did, I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't sleep.
This is how much we love this product.
At 6:30 this morning, I was drop kicking a poinsettia out of the front door of my house. So,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, which I'm sure my neighbors were like. So they had a bundle deal where you could get the bundle and then get 30% off of that. So I thought stocking stuffers, gifts for people. So it's like 6 full-size body washes. Their body washes are this big. They're huge and they're like $7. It's killer. Those razor blades, like 8 of the razor blade packs.
Get in the body wash bottle.
Razor handles, the two-in-one shampoo. It was like everything.
You bought stocking stuffers from Harry's for everybody.
Yes.
The whole
plan.
Last Harry's I sent was to my dad for Father's Day or his birthday. My dad calls me when we're in Philly and says, did you send me this nice Christmas present from Harry's? And I go, oh, no, I didn't. And he kind of goes, you didn't? Like I could tell he was all lovey-dovey and so
he's got a secret admirer.
And then he was confused. And he goes, you didn't? I said, no. What'd you get? And he starts well, it was huge. And I was like, oh no. I sent this whole
she said basically the whole family's.
My dad is 80. Oh. He's never gonna use all of that.
Oh no.
So my dad
the
usually
whole white elephant went to him.
Yes. My dad usually doesn't care about stuff. Like he doesn't want anything. You can never get him to say he wants anything except for Harry's on holidays. I could use some more razor blades. So I said, he goes, do you want me to send this back to you? And I'm thinking, do I want, like, that's enough for 30 people. And I said, why would you use it? And he goes, well, yep, I sure would. Actually, I already opened the razor and started using the body wash. And I was like, okay, Dad, you just keep it. And he goes, okay.
You got to understand how good these products are. So your dad
That's insane.
was locked down to his what he used. Your dad was locked down to
Marine
his products.
Guy, yeah.
He's in his 70s at the time when we started with Harry's. He was locked.
Old Spice and some other razors. Yeah.
And we sent him like some Harry Ray start using it. Then he gets a box that's basically, it's
enough for a football team.
It's enough for me the rest of my life.
Yes.
and he's like, well, I'd like to keep it.
He's keeping it. He kept it all.
That's such a hard thing to. That's a very man thing to do. Like you choose what your. These are my socks.
Yes.
These are my underwear.
Yes,
now,
that's my dad.
Harry's, man, make that your razor and that's it.
Yeah, and if you haven't tried it, you need to try it. If I could switch my dad, my 80-year-old Marine dad, to this, then you need to try it.
I'm in across the board, by the way.
I know you are. I actually was going to take a picture of our shower because the shower shelf that's yours is Harry's 2-in-1 shampoo, Harry's body wash, Harry's other kind of 2-in-1 shampoo for anti-dandruff, the razor, and you have the cube with CT engraved on it. And then next to your sink is the Harry's lotion, which you love. Harry's paste for your hair.
And if you go in my drawer, there's 5 5 little tins of Harry's hair paste.
So if you want to try it, you need to get the starter set because the starter set comes in a super awesome box. I meant to bring it today to show everyone. It's already wrapped. It's a beautiful box. And you can get this for yourself or for someone else and they will love you forever. It comes with the blade, the shave handle, the travel cover, and the shave cream that you love so much. And so that's a $13 value with all that stuff in it. And you can get it for $3 if you use this link. So you need to try it. You just need to try
guys,
it.
order more than one, because again, someone's going to show up on Christmas. Hey, I brought Mike. Oh, Mike, we got something for you. I was going to send it. Here's a Harry's thing.
And that's a 5-blade German engineered razor blade.
Yes.
So get that. And the foaming shave gel.
They never get dull ever. Well, 7 months at least.
And you can schedule your blades to be delivered if you want, so you never have to think about it again. So Harry's new holiday gift boxes. They have premium shaving and grooming products and gift boxes nice enough to go under the tree. Go to harrys.com/bombshell. Check off all the guys and girls. I think Harry should add and girls to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I only use their products with the Harry starter set. First-time buyers get a $13 value for just $3. Check out the gift boxes, but you need to act fast because these things sell out every year. Just go to harrys.com/bombshell, BOMBSHELL. These offers are limited time, limited stock.
You're so good on the ads. Just keep going. You said the stuff you're supposed to say 3 times. It's amazing. You're great at this.
I love them.
Yeah,
I love Harry's.
We don't have a product.
Harry's was like our first advertiser. I don't know if it was our first advertiser ever.
It was.
But they were our first one way back then that we were like, holy shit, these are awesome. So anyway, try it. harrys.com/bombshell.
So how is this guy? Here's the thing. When you're going to get extradited, you don't go to if you're going to get taken from a country, you don't go to one that we have a deal with that we can extradite anybody. Yeah, he's in court right now. The FTX guy's in court right now going, no, I want to make sure I can stay in the Bahamas. Bro, the Bahamas ain't really going to hold, that's just another state. It ain't Hungary, man. It's just another territory.
Why didn't you find a place that won't extradite? Ask Snowden. My favorite thing was you and I have laughed and laughed where he was interviewed.
This is what I was trying to say.
What did he say? He said, I guess I overestimated my competence.
My competence for dealing with money. Billions of dollars. The handling of oops. 36. It was so as of September, the company's worth 36 billion. It's in file for bankruptcy. I just can't imagine this. Imagine you put. First of all, anybody who put money in crypto, I just think you are just.
You always did.
I've said it from day one. I kept at what is it? What is it? What isn't? Everything I looked up. By the way, that was today. Described it. What I read today. What you really own is nothing.
Right.
What you own is a blockchain. It just never makes sense. And then it crashes, and I always wonder what people are thinking. And then they just interviewed. I was watching a Jon Stewart thing, and he interviewed a guy that was talking about it, and he said it's just another grift. It's just another product. It's the same scam. It's just another product. We need to start wising up. What they don't teach in schools is economics. You have to actually go to a college course now. They should start teaching money to first graders. Here's how money works. Again,
hot cross buns on the recorder, not as important.
Yeah.
I said that to my sister. I was at Grandma's all last week, and my sister was there with her husband. And my sister was like, I want you to show me how to open a stock trading account. Can you help me set it up? And she goes, I don't even know where to go or what it's called. What am I looking for? Can you open it for me and then show me how to do it? And my sister's 52, looks 32, but she's 52. And I said, yeah, but can you play hot cross buns on the recorder? And she burst out laughing and started going, doo, 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 doo. And she knew it. So that's what we're talking about. What is wrong with our education system?
Well,
when I lived in Japan, we were not learning the same things at the schools. My mom sent me to a supplemental school there, but I also remember, I've said this before, driving by on Saturday as all these Japanese kids are lined up in uniform at 7 a.m. going to school on Saturday, and we were like, doo, 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 as we went by.
They also have one of the highest suicide rates worldwide.
Okay, that's because of Apple, though.
There's a balance.
And Nike.
Can't make no more iPhone. I want to make sure that we get clear about why. In America, being a capitalist society, being the capitalist society, the most you need, and again, thank you, Instagram, and people and I've thought this for a long time. If people are educated and they're thinking for themselves, they don't want to go show up and fucking be a barista at Starbucks. Right. If people are educated and they're actually coming up with their own ideas, they're not going to stand behind a counter and go boop, boop, Boop.
Right.
You need dumb people to do that.
We got that. We're
what
good.
may change this is AI and robotics, because what will happen at one point was these companies that are tired of dealing with employees calling in sick, they don't want to they don't want their employees bitching and moaning, they don't want to unionize. They're going to pay for robots. They're going to have robots. They're going to have robotic helpers. They've already got don't they have like a burger place it's a robotic arm, and it makes perfect burgers every time. And it never picks its nose and touches a spatula. It just never spits on it.
Doesn't get COVID and
doesn't
call
get
in.
COVID and call in sick. So what's going to happen is that one day, maybe 50 years from now, there's going to be a huge change in the way our system works, and everything's going to be mechanized. And when that happens, people are going to have to get educated because they're going to have free time. They're going to be able to read. They're going to be able to do it. They're going to be able to create. And I think I kept thinking it was a bad thing. I kept thinking that they keep talking about guaranteed income. You know, Yang was talking about that guaranteed. Everybody gets guaranteed income because machines are taking over. But when that happens, and that really happens, what will happen is they're still going to have to be customers for the product. And if those customers don't have money to buy the product, you can't. It doesn't matter how many fucking robots you have building shit.
Yeah.
So if you have robots continuing to build cars, but no one has a job because of the robots,
right?
How the fuck are they going to buy cars? So there's going to have to be a change. It feels like the system is just going to go.
And then what do you need a car for? Because everything's automated, so you don't need to go, and you can just homestead, right?
Yeah, and then it's the movie
Actually,
WALL-E.
Japan is out of the top 10 for suicide rates.
They're out of the top 10? Good for them.
As in this year, they are. Lesotho is actually the highest. And I kept thinking, what do I know about Lesotho?
We were talking about
Annie. In the sketch
Lesotho
about Annie.
in Africa.
The Lesotho diamond mines.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, what have I done with Lesotho? South Korea, of course, is up there. But Lesotho is so drastic. Like if you're South Africa, 23.5 suicide rates per 100,000 people, right? That's 10th highest. Lesotho is 73.
Yeah, but how many people live there?
Drastically different in Lesotho. Russia, of course, is number 9, but the lowest suicide rates, Antigua and Barbuda, 0.4.
So they don't kill one person every 100,000.
Exactly.
That guy just fell down and hit his head.
Yeah, exactly.
He just banged his head on a door for a while. Hey, that's half a suicide, bro.
Coconut
come here, come on. Here's a mic check. Chill out.
I was curious because you said that about Japan. I think it's still fairly high. It's outside the top 10, but it is a problem there.
They have a forest dedicated to it.
Where do we stack up? Where does the United States stack up?
I don't know, but Sweden
pretty high.
has a high suicide rate. Isn't that interesting?
I think it's because of the winters.
That's what it's. Damn, you're good. I had just gotten to suicide and long dark winters.
Yeah.
Sunlight.
Yeah, you need to have some sort of sunlight, even though I stay in the studio and in the house most of the time.
It's also trying to put together IKEA.
Yeah,
furniture.
no shit.
I mean, that shit will...
Yeah, because everybody in Sweden works for IKEA, so they all get sent out to assemble stuff, and they're like, I can't they always have 3 extra parts. What are these 3?
Death by hex nut? No.
Exactly. Guy put an Allen wrench through his temple. How many people we have killed themselves with the Allen wrenches through the temple? It's insane. He choked on a meatball.
Speaking of meatballs, this episode brought to you by ButcherBox.
Nice!
You saved me.
Wow.
You guys were doing Allen wrench and hex something, and then you said meatball, and I was like,
I'm in.
Nobody talk. ButcherBox, I think, is what I'm going to give my dad for Christmas. I think
He's got enough already with the...
He's got enough Harry's. My dad now he's now bought his second garage freezer because his wife has been sitting on Gab, which he is very concerned about and can't get her to stop. So she's sure that the whole world is burning down because of Democrats. Please, God, don't ever let her stumble across this podcast. Boy. And so they have their second freezer in the garage. So this would put my dad over the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little meat for Christmas.
I love there's going to be, we're all going to die in the apocalypse, and your 81-year-old father is going to be like, fine. Well, I guess it's just me and you to
freshly shorn and full belly.
And you smell good. Is that stone?
He, of course, yeah. No, it's redwood. My dad actually has a stockpile of guns too, but that's just because he was a Marine. So ButcherBox is great because you don't have to go looking a bunch of places to find all these different things. And I think that the thing that makes them stand out so much is the quality of the meat that they offer.
Every time.
It is something that we all three think that you can taste. It's 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, wild-caught seafood. I love that it's humanely raised. And then
before it's killed.
No antibiotics or added hormones, which
it had a good life before it was turned into dinner.
Huge. And you don't have to leave your house. It comes to your doorstep. You get free shipping in the continental US. There's no extra surprise fees. You can pick what you want in your box, or if you're lazy, you can just click the box that you want that they've already put together for you. I like too because they've got like some obscure things. It's like the alternative band of meats, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go and find things that you can't find at the store, or that you're like having to go to several different places to get, especially holiday time or when family's visiting. And it's so much less expensive. So we have, what did we have last?
Let's just break it down.
Salmon?
You get quality meat. You get it's humanely raised. It's less expensive. Give me the downside. There is no downside,
and it shows up at your door.
And it shows up at your house and a thing. And I remember we were putting it in the freezer.
And you ordered it in bed.
Because we're of that age now. We're of the age where we have a freezer in the garage. And I was like, oh, and everything. Oh, and the chicken. I still think the chicken breasts are the best chicken breasts.
I think probably the chicken is what we use the most often. Salmon and chicken.
But the steaks you cook were great.
Stupid. Again, ladies,
butter basting.
Holiday season.
Yo, what's that? That's your street name, by the way. MC Butter Basting.
Tell the ladies what you do.
DJ Butter Based. Butter Based. Your steaks. It is delicious.
And you'll do that for the right lady.
Yes.
Right?
That's the you're out there. That, by the way, not on the first date. But the second, ladies, when you're dating the Highlander, and you get the butter basting.
Before you even show up, it's there ready for you. No date needed.
Wow.
I'll leave it at the door.
No.
No.
That's not how you
It's in
date.
a foam container here. Thank you for coming by. I'm still scared. Slam. Are you a lesbian? Slam.
There's a questionnaire out front.
So ButcherBox is offering one of their best steak deals. You get 2 10-ounce ribeyes that you can butter baste for free in every single box you get for an entire year when you join ButcherBox. And you get an additional $10 off. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus and use promo code Titus. That's free ribeyes for a year and $10 off at butcherbox.com/Titus, promo code Titus. You gotta let her in when we do finally make this happen.
Time to maybe start crack the, open it up, let's try.
Yeah.
All right.
Try again.
All right.
He's saying all right, but he doesn't mean it.
You have to. He has to accept that he wants it. You don't have to do anything. You have to go. Yes, I want to meet somebody new. You have to say that out loud and mean it. Okay. It's the only way it's going to manifest.
He doesn't though yet.
No,
he's scared.
He's.
Oh no.
You're scared. If you're scared, say you're scared.
I'm telling you, a gun shy, I could say he's not scared of anything, but I will say that there's a point where you're like, I got a kid and I got this and I got that and this is that and this. I get all the be wise and where-to-fores. But just put it out there. Because you when my last marriage went horribly bad, I designed her. I was like, this is what I will only accept, and that's what and it happened. Like,
did you use an app? I mean, what did you put
No, I used my brain.
I was gonna say
in my head.
This is weird science.
You existed, but
I was gonna say he may have been scared, but he was like, "Hey, can you come out to LA?" Like instantly.
No,
you were like,
that was a long time. That was
I don't
like 2
want to
months.
be alone. It's been 7 weeks. I came out. She did that to him 6/6/6.
Yeah.
06.
06.
Mm-hmm.
I came out to LA.
July 15th.
Think it was I thought it was the next week, July 23rd. I think it was
in the
20s.
We'll call that week.
So 6-7 weeks he was like, okay.
But we talked on the
good.
phone every night till the sun came up in LA and she was on the East Coast.
Yeah.
She was and it was like, so which means she was talking on the phone.
Sun came up. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
Mm-hmm. Everybody said it was going to last. No, they didn't. Not a single. I was laughing. I was telling my son Jed about that. I said, it's so funny how everybody said
it won't last.
It's not going to last. Rebound.
She's too young.
She's too young. He's dating her because she's hot. And yes, but
he's too old.
He's
got too much baggage.
Yeah. He's dark.
Angry.
Mm-hmm. But all true.
My mom loved you though. You guys fought. You apologized. My mom was always in your corner after you worked that initial part out.
We had a speed bump at the beginning in the first meeting.
So we're doing some stuff to the house, to the exterior. So we have workers at our house. I think you've seen it's a lot. And they're there every day at 7 a.m. hammering and sawing and banging and stuff like that. And we had an issue, which is why I was drop kicking a poinsettia out of the front door at 6:45 this morning. And he told me he was leaving and he went to the guy and the guy goes, man, I'm sorry. And you go, look, man, I got a wife too, you know? He goes,
I get it, man. I get it.
I said, so you totally blamed wives.
No,
and he was like, yeah. And
that's not what I meant. So
whatever works. Honestly, whatever works.
So let me be very clear.
But I love that we're at that age.
We have these guys. Here's what I understand about workers. And this has happened, by the way, every time I've owned a house and every time I had work done, this happens every fucking time. So we have these guys and they're really good at what they do. What they're doing is brilliant. Yeah. But they don't give a shit about anything else. They've destroyed our lawn. They've gone through.
We have no lawn. It's mud.
The flower beds that she kind of built up and took care of are they just were stepping on the plants.
The thing is, I could see them on the camera when I was in North Carolina. They weren't walking around them. They were like smash the trees going like this because they keep just walking into it and over the tree. So it was crazy. Yeah. And then the guy tells us, well, you can replace them. Why don't you just walk around them?
Why don't you just not step on
them?
Yesterday.
So that's bad enough. Then we have two separate, not connected to anything but the pot there and poinsettias sitting in front of the house for Christmas.
It's all I have outside for Christmas because except for a red porta potty. So I just got these for a little festivity. And I yesterday come home and I go out the front door and they're on their side in the flower bed that I was already worried about, like they've been thrown there. And I go to pick them up and they're broken. Like, it's a bunch of little stems in there. They're all broken, so they flop over. When I lift it up, underneath is a package I had put on the front porch for UPS
the flowers,
to pick up.
There was a package of UPS was supposed to go to somebody. And so
I put the poinsettias. You're not alone.
I got stories of this too.
I put the poinsettias back by the front door, broken, but I thought, I didn't realize that they were broken. I just thought they were bent and maybe I could rehab them.
Right.
Couldn't sleep. Had a lot of family drama going on, and I'm waking up every morning at 5 a.m., whatever. And so I'm laying there.
My life is awesome.
His life's great. Mine is a shit show. And
I was being sarcastic because when you wake up at 5 a.m., my life ain't awesome.
You were snoring. Yeah. You and the dogs all curled into you. One dog here, one dog in your stomach. You're like,
because you're on the other side of it vibrating. Like, I get my parent, mom, dad, brother. And we're like, Case, come here. Listen, we just.
Even Groucho left me.
We just form a puppy paw. Like, I don't know, man.
So I woke up again at 5 a.m. I laid there for an hour and a half, my mind running, and I thought, they're coming at before 7. I should just get up and move those to the backyard. Yeah. Well, I pick this one up at 6:45 and it just snaps off over, like they're all just hanging underneath the pot.
Sun breaks, as the sunlight breaks, as dawn breaks, she snaps and
motherfucker, and I kicked it out of the front door down the sidewalk, and have I laughed. I told my dad that on the way here because any neighbors that were out or looking out their window or whatever just saw that, and I very much felt like Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation.
Lost some shit.
I was done. So then when he calls the main guy to tell him, the guy said, well, they told me that the poinsettias were thrown out in the front yard, like somebody had thrown them out the house.
And I was like, yeah, she threw. I said, yeah, man.
Screaming all of your names.
Yeah. So then I go out. So I got to and every guy knows this. And as you do with me, if someone's fucking with me, you get like, is that the guy?
Yeah.
So. And we're also paying these guys to do this. It's like guys, and then I called them. I was like, look, dude, I get that you're great at your job, but if I went to your house and you paid me to do something for you, and I was like, and I did that perfectly, and then I wrecked other stuff. Like if you brought your car to me, I'm like, I'm gonna fix the motor, but I also have to pop all your tires.
Yeah, like what?
I'm gonna slash. By the way, car's gonna run like you've never had it, but I'm gonna slash all the tires.
The thing is, those poinsettias, you could just pick them up.
Right, it's easy stuff.
Put them out of the way, or you could call me and go, hey, can you get this stuff because we're gonna be working on the front part. Yeah, no.
But also, how much extra time does it take to just walk around the plant?
Well, how about I recently had a bathroom floor replaced, right? And the guy went in. and didn't put any plastic up to do any work and was just sawing, and sawdust was
Stuck to
everywhere.
Oh, we have
on
that too.
Everything.
Oh yeah, we have that too. But in a bathroom
in a
inside.
fucking bathroom. Hey man, it's not that big. Like one thing could have been taped up. It's
just rip open a Ziploc bag and just tape it to the wall. It would have been fine.
It would have been so easy. It's like these simple little things that they're just crashing through.
Let me be clear.
Yep.
If they were all geniuses, if they all were thoughtful, they wouldn't be working outside in the winter. In Los Angeles, or the 9,
which we are having kind
or
of
the
this year.
104 degree heat.
Yeah.
If they were college and they thought through, you know what, we should probably clean. If they wouldn't be doing that, they wouldn't be. They'd be sitting in a sound stage, calm, warm, saying erudite things about the world and how things work.
Yeah, but there are the contractors out there who are like, you know,
I've never.
I feel like
I have got.
I
to be
feel
honest
like it
with
took a turn when you said, "Fine, just take $2,000 off my bill
you. So we can fix
replace the landscaping and everything." And then I feel like that maybe was when it changed, and then everybody was like, "Wives, am I right?"
That's not what I meant. I was like, dude, I go, those are her flowers.
It's kind of what you guys
I do
were
have
doing.
a wife.
You guys were doing the wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
He
nod,
was,
nod.
no. But also, okay, so it's a device because men to men understand that.
Yes.
They're like, right, got it, dude.
Yes.
Sorry, shit.
I'm fine with it. Just get it handled.
They're like, look, man, I know you don't see flowers, but
There's
you
flowers.
see them?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yes,
and she's kind of crazy.
We got
about
cameras.
it. She's crazy.
You have no idea what my life's like, dude. I just
Coming all frazzled.
That's like I have PTSD and what.
And also, with all flowers, poinsettias at Christmas, it's
Seriously.
like
Come
Afghan,
on.
the most peaceful of all blankets.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
But with the guy with the best wife in the world, which I have, still has wife PTSD.
Nice save. Don't worry, I have husband PTSD.
Exactly.
I went to the allergist yesterday. Nobody can really figure it out, but he did say that this year for people living in Los Angeles, I go to the allergist for Ken, so Ken doesn't have to go to the allergist.
Thank you.
He said that with all these
Healthcare
weather
by
changes,
proxy, we do that. Yeah.
he said at one point it was 99. The next day it was 60. He said now we're high 52 yesterday. Rain, lots more wind. He said basically we're effed and there's nothing that can be done.
I've had a runny nose, ladies. I've had a runny nose for 3 months.
Yeah, me too.
3 months straight. Constantly, like I'm holding it, like right before we go on air, like
Blow
I'm blowing my
nose,
nose
yeah.
like 20 times,
Yeah.
so I can, because I know I can't do it right here.
Nasal spray is the way to go, not allergy pills.
Tried it. It dries me out and it's too addictive.
My
Like,
biggest
You
fear.
got
It
to
comes
use,
back.
which one are you using?
I've tried like Afrin and
Afrin
what's
is one of the
other It's like the
worst,
salt.
and Afrin is very addictive.
Yeah.
What's that? It's like a
He
salt
just
one.
prescribed a nasal spray for me that is they called it in again today.
So here's the problem. You guys are probably going to live forever, but if they have something, I don't have any. I'm not allergic.
I
to
would
anything.
love to see. I would love
I'm not
for you to
allergic
go.
to anything.
At the same time you do 23andMe, you're going to do an allergy test.
I don't have like sinus issues. I don't have back problems. I don't have.
Wait, you mean you sound like that normally?
Yes, this is my nasal ass right here.
I thought that was a nasal problem.
Yeah.
No?
No, I was born with this.
That's your real
Whatever the
voice?
chamber's in shaped in here, it's shaped like
Like a bugle?
yeah, exactly.
They did the thing
My
on me.
head,
They left me in there alone after they did all the needles in me, and my shoulder exploded. It was like
should show
the
me a
welt
picture.
was like that big, and it was so red. And this whole area was trees, and I'm all trees.
Same.
Food, others I'm
Grasses,
fine. Dogs,
yeah.
fine.
But out of all the people in
Trees.
it, we have an olive tree in our
No,
front yard.
number one tree I'm allergic
Olive,
to,
and it's-
which is that giant ass tree in our front yard.
Because
Oh,
she was
shit.
up climbing
Yeah.
in, getting olives. Because by the way, are the olives ready yet? Because it's been 3 months.
No, they take a long time.
I know.
You
It's
have to
been
brine
3
them. I'm
You have to
brining.
brine?
Did you do the brine already?
That's what they've been sitting in. They may never be ready.
Yeah.
They sure as hell just don't taste
One
good.
day I just go. One day I said to her, I go. We can buy olives.
No,
I'm on my way home. They're,
She's like on this
they're
weird-
ready.
there's this whole tree and there are olives on it, and it's so cool.
We got 4 jars
So
of
one
olives.
Sunday I got out with a ladder and
And the tree she's most allergic to.
I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know. But yeah, that was the thing that caused that welt
Shit,
on my
I just
shoulder.
got it. I'm gonna have to get olives next year.
Yes.
I got a new.
Yeah.
God.
And then I'll wear gloves when I put them in the brine.
The contractors didn't wreck the olive tree? At least that's there?
Pretty
It's
massive.
huge. It's so old
Yeah. Oh.
and so wide and so tall. So they're not on ladders by that, or else they would.
Yeah.
That's pretty. It's tough to ruin.
That being said, the work they're doing on the house is amazing.
It's beautiful.
But they're just ruining the rest of the house doing it.
And the porta potty is also at least red for our Christmas party.
You know what I may do if it's not gonna make Christmas party, I may take wrapping paper and wrap it.
Oh no, we're decorating.
As a
it.
giant present.
We're putting
It's
lights
just a
on it.
giant-
Yeah, you don't need to wrap it because it's red. We're just gonna wrap it in white lights. Maybe put a North Star in a manger or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna do.
Make it like a giant candle.
The manger wrapped around the porta potty like they're waiting for Jesus.
Oh.
Like
The Yule log is in there.
Babe, you should put
Wow.
a sign on it that says stable. And we'll put a manger in front of
There
it
you
and the
go.
North Star over it. Well, we're
That's
doing this. We got to just get a Christmas tree topper that's a star. Do you have to plug those in, or they have battery powered ones,
We
right?
can get a battery pound, just put it on the top like it's a star, like a Christmas star. like
Oh,
the
we're
North
doing
Star.
this. I'll tell you this, and then I know we got to go because we got to travel tomorrow. The guy that was that attacked Paul Pelosi with a hammer was going to kneecap her so that she,
Already
sent
forgot.
a message. Also on
Yeah, 'cause
his
so much
target
shit.
list, Gavin Newsom and Tom Hanks and Hunter Biden, of course, but Tom Hanks.
Wait,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. I don't
Bitcoin
know.
scandal? What did he do?
I don't know.
Finally,
What?
Tom
I'm
Hanks.
sorry. Why?
But
why
don't
is-
you remember how they put Tom and Rita Wilson's names on the fake Epstein fly log?
Tom Hanks? Who the hell goes after Tom?
I don't
I don't
know.
care what.
I mean, his wife, yeah,
Jesus
but-
Christ! You know what? If we
'Cause
can't,
I can remember
by
that
the way, if
happened.
we can't come
No.
together over Tom Hanks, this
Yeah.
nation is not long for this world.
He was
We-
Mr. Rogers. There was Mr.
He
Rogers
was
and
everything.
him.
He was Gump. He was like he was
Pinocchio?
Mr. Rogers. He was
That's a little
He
creepy.
has been in some excessively long films,
big.
and that's
no.
where we'll leave it.
Castaway. No.
Castaway,
It's
Forrest
awesome.
Gump was like
It's
3.5
great, though,
hours.
but it's great.
Well, there,
Every single one of
They
Tom
coulda
Hanks'
just-
excessively long films was awesome. You know, every film that made if you could watch the trailer and you'd be happy.
yeah. Well,
Because by
that's
the
what
way,
I do.
you know why? Because you still, and by the way, you still wouldn't make it through. You'd still fall asleep before the trailer ended. You'd be like, "This is up."
Seen it. All you gotta do is watch the trailer. That's it. And then you get the gist and you move on. You just watched a movie that you liked, but I think that's gonna be too long for me too. The one with Will Smith.
Emancipation. People, can I just say this? Listen, I know we are all done with Will Smith. I know
Yeah.
that we're all pissed. I know what he did to like he basically hit one of our most beloved comedians, and I get it. And then he was kind of weird about it. I get that Will Smith personally is whatever's going on. I think Kanye is patient zero for this disease because everybody Kanye ends up running into gets this crazy thing.
It's Trump.
Yeah, and Trump
touched
patient
Kanye.
Kanye at the meeting, and then
yeah,
Kanye
that's the
touched
virus.
Elon,
Yeah.
and Elon, got it. So, this movie, I think it's on HBO Max or Disney Plus. Emancipation. It is Antoine Fuqua, one of my favorite directors. Training Day.
Yeah,
Holy
he's amazing.
shit! Is it a good movie?
Everything he does is great.
So what I did is I had to take off my Will Smith slap Chris Rock memory, and I
Yep.
put it away.
Wow, the movie must be really good
Yeah.
if you were
Yeah.
able to
It's
remove
that.
that.
It's that good. It's that good. I
Wow.
still wouldn't hang out with it if Will Smith's like, "Hey,
Did he
Titus, let's go hang out." Nah. I'm a
Did he do
comedian.
any slapping in the
He
movie?
did not. No, he got slapped.
Oh, okay. So
He's
that's
he
why.
plays a slave.
Okay.
And it is. That would have been the way to do it. You have Chris Rock come in as
As the as the slave owner, and
Anyway, so it's great. It's so good, touching. It's soul crushing. It's inspirational.
you're talking about the movie, right?
Yes,
Not the-
And-
okay.
No, not Will Smith. And Will Smith, it's weird because he's banned from the Oscars for 10 years, and I thought, oh, he's got to be super mad because this movie is, I would say, the best thing he's ever done.
Really?
It's the best thing he's ever done. It's so good. And he's so good.
And he was so good in The Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Especially the opening credits.
Yes, Villanova. No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Do we have any more ads? Oh, we no more ads? Are we done? You need to go. You have things to do.
I'm done.
You can't just end the podcast like that. You can't just. What the hell? What just happened? She did. I'm done.
And then credits roll.
That's not how. I'm done. Well, what? What just happened? Hi, I'm Walter. I'm done. CBS Evening News. Dan Rather. I'm done.
And we're back. And we're done.
And we're done. One more thing. So this guy, FTX guy, just look this guy up. Did he get out today?
There's nothing updated yet.
Guys, do me a favor. If you're going to put your money into something, make sure it's something tangible that you can track, follow, touch, or see. Fucking see.
Tickets to Titus. Merch from the store.
Merch. There you go. There you go. By the way, great
tickets.
Great Christmas gift, because we're doing January, February. Those gigs, we got a bunch of theater gigs. Get Christmas get tickets for your people there. This show has no politics in it, so I'm not going to piss anybody off.
Yeah. So Thursday may already be sold out, but I'm not sure, but it was close. Twin Falls Orpheum, that's the 15th. Yep. Orpheum Theater, Twin Falls. Friday, Boise Knitting Factory, and then Saturday, Seattle Neptune. Last show of the year. Super excited about this tour. So get tickets for those. Also, he's not out, but his parents have just attended his hearing in the Bahamas, and apparently his mother laughed at one point during the hearing. Also now, his parents are facing scrutiny for their involvement in the crypto scheme. I guess they were part of it, helping him. I don't know. They're being investigated.
Yeah, if I was sending my dad a couple $100 million, I think he'd be like, "I got your back."
She laughed out loud when her son was called a fugitive.
Oh, she sounds like a Karen.
She clenched her jaw and chewed on the frames of her glasses. She was angry, apparently, the whole time. His father, Joseph Bankman, occasionally put his fingers in his ears as if to block out the sound of the hearing.
He looks like his parents were the Three Stooges, though. Like if they
are both on the faculty at Stanford Law School, and they are staying in the Bahamas with their son. They receive payments from FTX, according to the current CEO, John J. Ray, who just testified. So
they're going to be able. The problem is that once the government gets this guy, they convict this guy. They're going to be able to go through everybody he gave money to and take those assets, right?
Oh, yeah. Where if he illegally,
if he just if he just funneled money to his parents, this guy is such a.
Everything he has will be sold off too.
Just such a scumbag. I wish we would get to a place like you said. The thing is swinging back, and I'll say this when we'll wrap it up. I wish we could all get back to a place where you did the right thing. Because by the way, as we see with Elon, as we see with this guy, as we see with anybody who continues to do the wrong thing, Ted Cruz is one of the most hated people on the planet. Rand Paul. Being an asshole doesn't work, says a guy who lost his TV show. They get reelected because we've stopped, because our country, and I'm talking every low level, lack of education, lack of critical thinking. These people, the Republicans have created this thing where it's not about policy. It's not about what we can do to help you. What it's about is don't vote for those guys. They hate you. That's all the Republicans sell.
If we really need to pull the rug out from this whole thing, like we've said this before, we need to undo Citizens United.
Good luck.
Because that has been
that has to happen, but
the driving force.
But not with the Supreme Court, though. By the way, this guy FTX was sending millions of dollars to Congress. Yeah. Millions.
40. Yeah. Mostly Democrats.
Democrats too. Yeah, mostly Democrats. Yeah. And they took it. Now, what they need to do is give the money back, or they need to donate it to charity. And all these Democrats, because you can say what you want, and I've been fighting this. Well, it's both sides. Well, I'm going to say, no, it's not. These guys have actually tried to raise your minimum wage. They just passed gay marriage. And again, why do Republicans care about gay sex so much? They really think about gay sex a lot.
You keep saying gay sex over and over.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why you keep saying the phrase. I wondered when we opened the podcast that you said it like 12 times in a row.
Because Republicans, they don't have a policy. They keep saying that there's laws being passed right now. Okay, this happened in Florida this week. You ready?
I just wasn't sure if it was a thing where somebody kept saying gay sex.
One of the politicians said he wanted a list of everybody he went to the DMV. I want a list of everybody who has changed their sex from male to female or female to male trans. I want a list. I want how many there are, and I want who they are. Guy.
That's some Nazi shit.
That's some Nazi shit. And you guys are talking about freedom, and these guys are talking about, hey man, freedom,
privacy.
Yeah, right to privacy. But they're the first ones to do it, man. First ones to do it. So it seems like why are Republicans so worried about everybody else's sexual organs? Why?
I just went to the allergist yesterday, as I said, and I had to fill out forms. And one of the questions was, what sex are you? Female, male, gender, transgender, male to female, transgender, female to male. It was like a lot of questions like that. And then what's your sexual orientation?
Other.
Straight, gay, asexual. It was like all these things, and I was like, I just want you to make me stop snotting. Like, why do you need to know?
I have a lot of nasal drip. What do I need to fill all this out?
I was like, what
I
business
got a polyp
is
on my
it?
anus.
How many
Why?
things are we talking about going in my face? What is?
Yeah, I just thought it was very weird. I don't know.
But
It may be a hormone thing they're looking
made
at.
it an issue, and
Really?
it's not.
Maybe.
I don't give a
But
shit.
hormones, what does that have to do with who I have sex with?
Right.
No, I mean if there's a.
I get, okay, so hormones
like a
for
hormone
transgender, if
replacement,
you're taking hormones.
that might
Oh.
affect medications
But
or
what
something.
would my sexual orientation?
If you're taking intense, maybe if you haven't. I'm again here. Hi, dumb guy's about to speak now. Welcome to Christopher Titus as dumb guy.
I look forward to
Maybe
this
if
one.
you're taking extreme amounts of hormones to change your gender, if you're actually, they may say, well, we can't.
But you're
we
not
can't give you
listening.
this.
What about who I sleep with? What does that have to do with my sinuses?
Who do you sleep with?
Well, you, but
Okay,
but
all
he was asking that.
What's your sexual? What would that have to?
I don't even know why. When did we become a country? I love these fucking people that
Yeah,
say
I
the
don't-
Constitution, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And by the way, don't be gay, don't love who you love. I just don't fucking
I was
understand
very
it.
confused
It's so
by
full-
that. I don't.
I would,
you know.
I would actually
Yeah,
write.
I mean, that
You
doesn't
have
make
no
sense.
right to ask me this. Fuck off.
I'm sure
That's
somebody
what
will
I
have
didn't
a
answer it,
reason in the comments.
and they don't ask me. Oh, but then I went to my online profile, and on those things it said refuse to answer. I just thought that was very strange. Somebody help me understand.
You sure that was on the questionnaire? It wasn't just a guy asking you?
Yeah, it was
It
at
was
the
on a
doctor's office?
questionnaire.
Seriously,
What's
you're
your
not a
orientation?
transvestite. You're pretty. I'm not saying you're not, but you're really tall.
You guys are idiots.
Yes, thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please go to the last 3 shows and get Christmas presents for the people that are fans of the show. Ray's, her new show is smoking Philadelphia. Holy shit!
I really had fun in Philly.
This new show though you're doing it's impossible subject matter that you make palatable and hilarious. I can't get over. I can't wait to see this thing finished.
Palatable is what I go for in comedy.
No, I said palatable.
She's palatable.
And hilarious. By the way, that is not a great review. That's on our website. Palatable and hilarious. Sorry, apologies.
Thank you.
know what I meant? I meant that you take dark subject matter and make
I
it.
know what you mean.
But guys, go to the shows, get tickets for your family members that are fans, and go to the website. Yeah, Scream Sanity shirts available. We also have DVDs, the box sets on sale. We got a few left, so we don't. So
Yeah,
these
we're
are the
almost
last.
out
We're
of
not doing
those.
them anymore. So the last few box sets we have, they're like half price from what they were. They're $40
Yeah.
now for eight specials.
We also have all the digital content is
Yep.
out there. And
Oh, that's a great
cool
stocking
feature.
stuffer gift.
Easy gift. You can gift those and put it on a day to show up in their inbox.
Oh, that's sweet.
So the Titus episodes, 9 of your specials. Alpha Chick is available the same way.
Can they get zero side effects and
Zero side effects.
So you can pay for zero side effects, which isn't that expensive.
You
put
can
in
gift
there,
it.
and that's the new one. Zero side effects, by the way, one of my favorites. I still, that special, I think I hit the place. I'm going to put some pieces up from that. I want to put the piece about no one's going to remember, no one's going to care.
Yep.
I want to put that up. Guys, go to follow me on Instagram at Titus Nation. Please go follow me. I'm doing a lot better content because I'm not just on Twitter bitching. And for God's sakes, get off Twitter. Don't help them pay their rent. They don't deserve it.
True that.
For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Let's go to fun facts.
Hey, fun facts. Fun facts. It's time for Highlanders Fun Facts.
Okay.
You were in it. That was good.
Okay, you guys did well. All right.
'Tis the season. The song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" was originally used as a threat.
It sounds sarcastic. We wish you a Merry
We wish
Christmas.
you a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
The song was
Wow.
often sung by crowds of lower class servants as they demanded alcohol from their masters during the festive period. There it gets better. The lyric, "We won't go until we get some," was used as to get their point across. We won't go until we get some.
We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. Let's burn this place down. That's that.
With the alcohol.
Wow. Okay.
So this shit's been going on
A
forever.
long time. Okay.
That's crazy. That really is, it was a thread. I love that it was. Then we all swing it like how happy I get Carol. By the way, that would be cool if you go. We went caroling and you sang it, and then if they didn't bring some shit out, you start breaking windows.
Yeah. We said it,
guys. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.
No, wasn't quite the same.
There can be only one. There can be only one now. There can be only one now. It's Highlander. I don't know any words.
Next week, Christmas episode.
Christmas episode next week. We're trying to figure out what it's about.
We're done now.
Bye.
Bye.